"Hi, Jillian," a deep male voice said over her shoulder. Jillian was amazed to see it was Wheeler. She thought he had never even noticed her. "Hi, Wheeler, what's up?" "Couldn't I have thought of something cleverer than that?" she admonished herself. "Don't know about you, but ice cream or a cool drink would sure go good right now." He grinned as he put one foot up on the empty desk seat beside her. Jillian had made the decision when she entered officer training school that she wouldn't date, especially men from her classes, but instead concentrate on her career. "I'm paying," he quickly inserted when she seemed to be taking too long to decide. "Well, in that case, how can I refuse?" She smiled into his twinkling eyes. "Another snappy reply," she sighed in her head. "At least he's taller than my 6 feet. Besides, it's just one time. What could that hurt?" she told herself. "Besides, I'm quite sure we have nothing in common to talk about. Him from a nice family, and me once in a gang." 3 months after graduation, Jillian and Wheeler were married at St. Peter and Paul Church with a small group of family and friends. A short honeymoon to St. Thomas, and they moved into their new town and new jobs. Pine Grove was a small town, population 50,000, if you counted everything that moved, squirrels, rabbits, etc. That had always been a joke between them. "Honey, why didn't you wait for backup?" "I know," the girl screamed as she pushed toward the door, "but you know he was armed." Jillian reached for tissues as the tears came harder and her nose was dripping. "When I heard over the radio, police officer in trouble and then shots fired, I was only 2 blocks away. Imagine my shock when I saw you in the driveway. I hadn't even known you had changed shifts with Trevor so we could go out on our wedding anniversary. 10 years of marriage over in an instant." She'd never forget pulling into the small driveway, halfway on the grass and halfway on the broken blacktop. Wheeler's crumbled body was lying in a pool of blood on the top stoop of a dilapidated track house. She gathered his head and shoulders in her lap and gently rocked him back and forth in her arms, pleading with him not to die, although her soul ached knowing he was already gone. She kept whispering to him. The front door was blown apart from a high-powered rifle, and she tried not to look at the 2 dead bodies and the blood spray on the walls. "If you hadn't been so tall, the bullets would have gone right over your head." The shooter had flung around when he heard Wheeler at the door, and the shot went high instead of straight. "I love you so much. I know it's been 3 years, but it still seems like yesterday. How can I go on without you?" Jillian jumped as the screech of the alarm clock interrupted her thoughts. Another day, big deal. She slammed at the clock and finally got it quiet. Jillian had an appointment with her shrink today. Megan Hoffman was a good psychologist, a lot better than the other 2 she had tried. At least Megan understood how she felt. Megan had lost her first husband in Afghanistan 8 years ago. What did Megan always tell her? Oh yeah, when you get in a pity party, force yourself to concentrate on the rest of the day. Like there was anything good in the rest of the day. She'd go to work at the desk job at the precinct. She hated it, but there was no way she could drive a squad. One good thing, today she had an appointment with Megan. Megan had given her a choice to think about. She knew what she was going to say, but how to do it was beyond her. Megan was sure to have suggestions. It was nice having Megan in her life. Jillian knew she and Megan could never be friends in the traditional sense of meeting and doing things together, but Jillian trusted her and her reasoning more than she trusted her own. Megan slowly crawled out of bed, wiping the stained tears off Wheeler's picture. She realized something. I guess Megan was right. Get your mind away from sad thoughts and you'd be much better. Her tears were gone and it was time to shower and get ready for work. She smiled as she drew the sheet and comforter over her pillow and tucked things in. This was the first time in 3 years she had made the bed. Hell, she might even eat something for breakfast.